my work does always hover on a kind of precariousness. It always seems to kind of tread the line between failure, delicacy, breaking at any point, whether that's a bulb kind of being swung to and fro, or this massive kind of convex mirror that seems to kind of hover on the wall. I think there's always an element of danger there, but that's exactly like us. I think that there's always an element of something going wrong. We are quite fragile things, and I hope, and we're quite delicate things and sensual things. And I hope that a lot of my work, it does kind of reflect that somehow. For all its crunkiness and its quite heavy-handedness, that there always has to be an element of pure delicacy, whether that's just a flash, like a split-second flash as the lights move, or whether that's kind of the whole piece. There always has to be an element where you suddenly see a kind of really vulnerable side to the work, and maybe that's reflected for myself. I take full responsibility for everything I make, and I have a relationship to it now that I don't think existed just like 3 or 4 years ago. And they are becoming more beautiful things. They're becoming more minimal, kind of some incredibly more complex, but others just really simple. Because I think I'm realising that to sometimes achieve everything that I want, it can just be something as simple as a big steel circle with a little hole in it that kind of throbs with this red light, and that's everything. That just hits the nail on the head right there, and that's all it needs to be. But it's nice to have things like that in contrast with the other more kind of constructed works. Everything's very much on display, and it's like a fetish of mine. I love seeing how things work. I love seeing how things function. Whenever anything moves, I'm always peering around the back, and I would like people to do the same. Whether that's sticking their head behind a mirror or kind of getting down on their knees to see the mechanics and the motors that are kind of near the floor. It's very human. They're machines which I see as human. They're not there to package biscuits or to assemble a car, but they're there to remind us of our own selves and of our own kind of sexuality and desires, but in a very kind of tongue-in-cheek way.